Okay, guys, I've got C for you. Now this one we're discussing. This one kind of goes along with the one I did the other night about United Kingdom's assisted living law. So we're going to go through the extended presentation I made for tonight for C. So please sit back and enjoy. Okay. Title: Extra Layer of Scrutiny for Assisted Dying Bill as Peers Pour Over Legislation in the UK. United Kingdom, folks. Okay, main highlights. Legislative focus. The UK's terminally ill adults end of life bill is under review in the House of Lords, aiming to uh, legalize assisted dying for terminally ill individuals. Select committee formation. A special committee is expected to be established to scrutinize the bill, particularly around funding and the role of psychiatrists. Timeline adjustments. Baroness Luciana Berger initially proposed an amendment that could have delayed the bill, but she has now agreed to revise timeable. This allows the bill to move forward in November instead of January. Joint statement. Baroness Berger and Lord Charlie Faulkner, the bill's sponsor, emphasized the importance of gathering future evidence before full House scrutiny without risking the bill's progress due to time constraints. If you'd like, I can help you unpack the policy implications, stockholder dynamics, or cross-national comparisons on assisted dying legislation. The UK Terminally Ill Adults End of Life Bill, which seeks to legalize assisted dying for terminally ill individuals, has sparked a range of arguments, both in support and opposition. While the article itself focuses more on procedural updates than debate content, here's a synthesis of the main arguments typically raised in this context, informed by a broader discourse and policy analysis. Arguments for the bill. Autonomy and dignity. Advocates emphasize the right of individuals to choose how and when they die, especially when facing unbearable suffering from terminal illness. Compassionate care. Legalizing assisted dying is seen as humane response to end of life suffering, uh, complementing palliative care rather than replacing it. Regulated safeguards. Proponents argue that a legal framework ensures transparency, oversight, and protection against abuse, rather than leaving such decisions in legal gray zones. Public support. Polls in the UK consistently show strong public backing for assisted dying under strict uh, conditions, suggesting demographic uh, legitimacy. Global precedents. Countries like Canada, Belgium, and parts of the US have implemented assisted dying laws with documented outcomes, offering models of safety practice. Arguments against the bill. Slippery slope concerns. Critics worry that legalizing assisted dying could lead to broader criteria over time, potentially endangering vulnerable populations. Mental health and coercion. Opponents stress that the difficulty of ensuring decision making are free from depression, external pressure, or subtle coercion, especially among the elderly or disabled. Impact on medical ethics. Some medical professionals argue that assisted dying contradicts the Hippocratic Oath and could erode trust in healthcare systems. Alternatives in palliative care. Many believe that improving access to high quality palliative care should be the priority, not introducing assisted dying. Culturally and religious values. Ethical objections often stem from religious or philosophical beliefs about the sanctity of life and the moral implications of hastening death. If you'd like, I can help you map these arguments into a stockholder matrix or policy brief format tailored to your community engagement work. Would that be useful? Absolutely. Cultural frameworks deeply shape how assisted dying is understood, debated, and experienced. These impacts go beyond surface level beliefs. They influence emotional responses, caregiving norms, and even how suffering is interpreted. Let's unpack this through a few key lenses. Cultural scripts of dying. According to anthropologist Naomi Richards and Marianne Krozak, Western societies have developed dominant scripts around dying, such as psychological growth, e.g., life reflection and reconciliation, preparation for death, spiritual readiness, legacy planning, suffering experience, enduring pain and as meaningful, caring experience, e.g., intergenerational bonding through caregiving. Assisted dying disrupts these scripts by reframing death as a choice rather than a natural or collimation. The caring script in particular may be weakened, shortening the times families spend together at the end of life and altering traditional roles of support and closure. Religious and spiritual beliefs, Catholic Orthodox, and many Islamic traditions. Life is sacred and suffering may be spiritual redemptive. Assisted dying is often viewed as morally impermissible. Buddhist and Hindu context beliefs vary. Some see suffering as karmic, while others prioritize compassion, leading to nonsense positions. Secular societies Netherlands, and Canada tend to emphasize autonomy and individual rights, framing assisted dying as rational, ethical, and choice. Even within religious groups, personal uh, interpretations and lived experiences can lead to diverse views. Race, ethnicity, and historical trauma. Melissa Broomer's scoping review highlights that Black, Indigenous, and people of color, BIPOC communities often express skepticism toward assisted dying due to historical medical mistrust, systematic inquiries, and fears of being devalued. Asian communities may prioritize family-centered decision making, where elders defer to collective input rather than asserting individual autonomy. Cultural norms around uh, stoicism, endurance, and silence can shape how suffering is expressed and whether assisted dying is seen as abandonment or relief. Okay, guys, so that is it for tonight. I will see everybody tomorrow for shows. For now, Gator Wellness. Take care, folks.